Hello everyone, you have Royce here and welcome to our channel Sansevieria 101. So for this episode, we're going to feature another cultivar coming from the trifasciata species, and it is also part of the wide leaf variety, and we will discuss the characteristics of this specific controversial cultivar. Its name is very complicated right now because it is being lumped over with the previous cultivar that I featured called Future Simplex, or formerly it was having the name of Futura Simplex, but it is now corrected as Future Simplex. So what you have in front of you right now is I beg to differ because it is not the same plant as Future Simplex. I would like to coin a name for it. I would like to coin the ID Future Extreme for this specific cultivar because it is extremely variegated. It's a level above in terms of variegation compared to Future Simplex, because you also call Future Simplex Future Superba by trade. So these are the variegations of Future Simplex or Futura Superba, and this is the variegation of what I would like to coin as Future Extreme, due to the reason that it is extremely variegated. It is, I think, when it comes to intensity of variegation, this is extremely variegated compared to your Futura Superba or Future Simplex. So experts would really disagree when you call this specimen Futura Superba, because I got this in the market as Futura Superba, which is a synonym of Future Simplex, with which I beg to differ because this plant is different from Future Simplex. And later on, I will be showing you pictures of the leaf difference between them and the characteristics. From what you're seeing right now, it has also the characteristics of twisting its leaves extremely. That's why it's very important for the word simplex to be incorporated on the ID of this plant. It has an extremely variegated form. It has an extremely wide leaf as well, wider than Future Simplex, wider than Sansevieria trifasciata Future, wider than Sansevieria trifasciata Robusta. Later on, we'll take measurements on the widest leaf that I can get from this specific cultivar. So this cultivar can also develop extremely twisty leaves like I'm showing you right now. Later on, I'll show you another specimen that is not as twisty as this one. So that is one characteristics. Actually, I have already given several characteristics that would distinctively differentiate it from the Future Simplex. One is the intensity of variegation is above the level of Future Simplex. Number two is the characteristics to extremely twist itself or having twisty leaves, which is not observed or cannot be observed in Sansevieria Future Simplex, as what I'm showing you right now. And the width of the leaves, later on we'll measure. They are wider than the previous featured Sansevieria trifasciata with the cultivar names Future, Robust, and Future Simplex. So this is just one of the specimens I have, and some of the experts might say that the leaf pattern is different upon getting other pups. Well, I have been growing this specimen or this kind of cultivars for years. I'll show you another one in this pot. I will count how many pups or how many specimens there are. So this one is the first mother plant. This one is the second pup on it. This one is the third. This one is the fifth. This one is the sixth. And I have I have exactly the same characteristics from all of the pups that I grow. Another of the characteristics that will differentiate it from future simplex is it also has this kind of leaf edge. It's somehow a serrated leaf edge that you can only find in this cultivar. That's why I beg to uh, distinctively separate it or not lump it over with the Sansevieria Future Simplex because it is a different cultivar from it. So it's controversial because Sansevieria Future Simplex is also called Sansevieria trifasciata Futura Superba, which is the trade name also for this plant. But for us to differentiate between the two type of cultivars, I would dub the name Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme for it because it's extremely wide. It's the for me it's the widest, having the widest leaf width among the trifasciata species. It's having the extreme variegations on it. It's having twisty characteristics for the leaves, and aside from that, serrated edge on some of the leaves, which they are not observed in Sansevieria trifasciata Future Simplex. So I can, by the way, go back to Simplex because this is Simplex, and I have featured it in previous on the previous episode. You can review that episode and check out the characteristics that I have described. But upon checking it right now, the difference is very distinct. I don't know if the other experts cannot see those characteristics despite showing them the actual footage of a video or the actual proof of the difference between the two. But these two are distinct cultivars. Therefore, I am coining a name for this other cultivar for people not to lump it over with Future Simplex or Futura Superba. So I am coining in the name Future Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme. Alright, so this is one of my species. Now to prove that all the characteristics will be the same upon the generation of pups that you get from it, I can show you a different. Hold on, I'll show you a different specimen. Let me just get the other one. Alright folks, so we're back, and like I mentioned, this is the other specimen that I have mentioned. So this is still the same Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme that I'm coining in for the plant because I really disagree for it to be Sansevieria Future Simplex or Sansevieria trifasciata Futura Superba. So if you're going to lump over Future Simplex to Futura Superba, then you can go ahead and make it synonymous to Future Simplex, but this plant will be different from it. So therefore, I'm coining in Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme for this plant because of its extreme characteristics. So going back, we are still having the same characteristics and you can see the variegations on them. They are on a different level compared to the Sansevieria trifasciata Future Simplex or Sansevieria trifasciata Future Superba that everyone is lumping over it. So another difference or another observation that we can get from Sansevieria trifasciata Future Simplex, which is this plant, and Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme, which is this one, is that Sansevieria trifasciata Future Simplex is equivalent to the longleaf cultivar of the Trifasciata laurentii. Meanwhile, Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme has a different equivalent with regards to the longleaf cultivar or longleaf variety of trifasciatas, which is its equivalent is Sansevieria trifasciata forestgate. So, I'm sorry, Sansevieria trifasciata fontanella. That's what I meant. Sansevieria trifasciata fontanella has mostly darker bandings compared to the lighter bandings that you can see on the leaf. As compared to Sansevieria trifasciata Future Simplex, which is having the pattern of the laurentii, which is they're having more lighter bandings compared to the rather thinner dark green bandings on them. So that is one of the difference comparing these two wide leaf variety of trifasciatas. So the equivalent of Sansevieria trifasciata Future Simplex is Sansevieria trifasciata laurentii in the longleaf size or longleaf variety. The equivalent of Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme is Sansevieria trifasciata fontanella in the longleaf variety of trifasciatas. So, like I mentioned, these are wide leaf variety of trifasciatas. So, if you leaf propagate them, I would say that it would be the same as Sansevieria trifasciata Future or Sansevieria trifasciata Future, which is the second wide leaf that or a robust, I mean. That is the first green form of the wide leaf variety that we have featured on the channel. So later on, I can maybe put Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme to Sansevieria trifasciata Future Simplex so people can distinguish the difference from them aside from the pictures that I will be showing later on this content. So right now we are going to measure the characteristics of the widest leaf that we can find on this Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme, which I am dubbing it or I am christening it because I don't really agree to it being lumped over with Sansevieria trifasciata Future Simplex. So I have actually have a measure here of the measurement of the leaf sizes. So for Sansevieria trifasciata Robust, it measures 90 millimeters. That is equivalent to 3.54 inch. Sansevieria trifasciata Future is 82.2. That is 3.23 inches. And Sansevieria trifasciata Future Simplex is 86.7 millimeters, equivalent to 3.4 inches. So folks, what you see is what you get on this video. So whatever measurements that I can find, it is as it is. So there's no hiding with regards to that. First off, we will measure the how tall the leaf or how tall Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme is. I'm going to find a spot where I can position the ruler to stand on its own so we can measure. Just give me 1 second. I think I got it. Alright, so I'm going to back down a bit so you can see how tall Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme. So that's the 24-inch ruler. So like I always mention, the wide leaf variety, they do not grow over 2 feet. They are around 22 to 23 inches in length, as what you can see here on this measurement, or this 24-inch ruler that I have, and it is below 2 feet as usual. And then next one, we will be measuring the leaf width of Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme, and we'll find the longest leaf. It may be this one. So here is the equipment, or the tool. I'm gonna turn it on, and then that's set to 0. We'll measure this leaf. Alright, so going to start opening up, and going to measure this leaf of Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme. Alright, this leaf is actually a little twisted, so I would measure it at 92.2 millimeters, and that's with the leaf a little bit twisting or curving a little compared to when we measured Sansevieria trifasciata robust. So by far it is the specimen with the longest leaf size. I think this leaf, over the leaf that is hiding on this other leaf, is the widest. So I'm going to try and measure it. I don't know if you can see, it's a bit hard to do it. So we're going to find another one. The widest leaf are the part on the innermost portion, which is this one. And I would measure it at around 100.2 millimeter. That's, I guess that's over 4 inches. So the specimen that, or the cultivars of trifasciata boasting the widest leaf size would be this particular cultivar, which I am coining Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme, which is having having the most widest leaf among the trifasciata cultivars. So extremely wide. That's why I'm coining the word extreme for the name of this specific plant. So with regards to the variegations, I would say that they are the most, having the most extreme intensity of variegations on them. So we will measure the variegations, how wide it is. Alright, so that is the measure of the variegation of this specimen. There you go. It is at 3.31.2 millimeters compared to, we'll go back to simplex and we'll measure the widest variegation on it. Alright, so for simplex, it has gone down to 22.3 for the variegation of the margins on the Sansevieria Future simplex, while on the extreme it's 22.3 millimeters versus 31.2 I measured a while ago. It's actually 31.5, so 22 compared to the 31.5 millimeter difference when it regards to how thick the variegations on Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme. So aside from that, I have already measured how tall it is. We measured the leaf width. We measured the the how thick the marginations can be on this plant. Here's another margination, by the way. So let's see if it's still the same. It's quite wider. So for this other leaf, it's actually the 22 point something measure of simplex to 34.6. That's way wider variegation compared to future simplex. Another uh, distinct characteristics of Sansevieria Future Extreme is that there's not only a yellow variegation on the leaf, but there is a whitish variegation on it before you go through the yellow variegation. There's white and then there's yellow. So when you combine the two, they become like a creamy variegation compared to the really bright variegation of future simplex. Future simplex. The other leaf here would not have the same kind of variegation. The other one is kind of whitish on the edge, but not as white as what I have shown you with the extreme, the future extreme. This is the other leaf. So as you can see, the margination edge, they are fine, they're finer. So you compare to the edge of Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme, you would see that it is really distinct that the white variegation is overlapping the yellow variegations on the other part of the leaf. Same on this other leaf of it. The white variegation is on top of the yellow variegation. That makes it also distinct when it comes to the characteristics of the variegations, comparing Sansevieria trifasciata Future Simplex to Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme. So that's another one. So there are really a lot of distinct characteristics, and I'm wondering why some of the experts are not able to see the difference between Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme to Sansevieria trifasciata Future Simplex. I'm naming it so that we can get rid of the confusion of lumping these two cultivars together. And in a bit, I will try to position Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme to Sansevieria trifasciata Future Simplex. Give me 1 second so I can rearrange everything on this table so we can further compare them. Alright folks, so we're back, and this is a side-by-side comparison of Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme to Sansevieria trifasciata Future Simplex. So this is one of the leaves of Sansevieria trifasciata Future Simplex. As you can see, it is very Laurentii-like in characteristics or in form. Those are Laurentii markings. And I'm going to move to the other one. This is Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme that I coined in, and they are different from each other. That's the pattern on it. This is the pattern on the other one. We can look for older leaves, and this is how the mature leaves looks like for Future Simplex. That's exactly how Laurentii looks like. Simplex though is the wide leaf variety, and Laurentii is the long leaf variety of Sansevieria trifasciata. So this is an older leaf of Sansevieria trifasciata Future Extreme, and it doesn't resemble the leaf pattern of Sansevieria trifasciata Laurentii, except it is, on the other hand, very similar to the leaf pattern of Sansevieria trifasciata Fontanella. So I guess this is it for this episode of our channel. And folks, if you like the content, please don't forget to hit on the like and subscribe button. Thank you, everyone.